Welcome, FinTalk with Gene. The question that I'm going to ask, and one of the questions that I keep getting from my clients or from friends and family is, why SIP? SIP, systematic investment plan. Why couldn't I save the money through the bank account that I have? Can I still go to the regular post office to save this money? Can I go to my family jeweler, give this money monthly? If I can do all this, why should I do an SIP? A simple understanding. What is the returns that you make on a recurring deposit through post office? 8%? The gold chit scheme that people speak about is nothing else but you're giving an advance to the jeweler to run his business. You're not going to get anything on day one. Maybe you're running the scheme for a 1 year period. End of the first year, he gives you some discount on the making charges. And you're so happy that you got the gold in bulk. You did nothing else but you made the jeweler happy by advancing the money to him to run his business without going to the bank. The jeweler never had to go to the bank to take a loan. He ran the business free of cost with you. I will relate this to an SIP. SIP is nothing else but investing in the mutual funds. You can either do a bulk investment, a big value by investing in mutual funds, which is well regulated by SEBI and the Association of Mutual Funds of India. At the same time, you can also do the investments monthly. The monthly investment is known as SIP, systematic investment plan. Year after year, decades after decades, the capital markets have generated good amount of returns. I will always tell, dream big, aspire to make it big. If you have to make it big, your money will have to grow much beyond the inflation number. What is inflation number? The cost of living. The money that you paid for petrol the last year and the money that you've paid this year. It has not gone down, it has only gone up. That is inflation. Likewise to everything, the pulses that you buy, the money that you spend on the movie tickets, the money that you spend on the bus tickets. It has not gone down, everything is only going up. That is inflation. Hence, your money will have to grow beyond an 8%, which is the inflation number that we are currently living in. What are the instruments that is available through which I can actually make a return above the 8%? It is a capital market. A well-informed financial advisor can always take and direct you to invest in good and well-managed mutual funds managed by efficient and eminent fund managers. These fund managers have access to deep research data available through which they are able to take decisions and hence reducing volatilities in the portfolio. Yes, SIP is a very good medium for one to begin with. Once you're comfortable, you can explore or put in more money into the investments. But begin the act of SIP, systematic investment plan, monthly. Systematic investment plan. What is systematic investment plan? I'm sure many of you are aware of what is an SIP by reading through social medias, newspapers, WhatsApp forwards. Let's have a deeper understanding to SIP. What is the magical return that you derive out of SIP? Let's break it into it. One of the topics that I speak to every young investor whom I meet through my professional interaction, including children when I sit with them to give them small topics of behavioral investing, is do some saving monthly. Our parents used to do monthly investments. Those days the access was post office, recurring deposits or RDs. But as times progressed, we have got into RDs have evolved into capital markets. They have evolved into SIPs, which has made numerous amount of returns for investors. Again, when I go back to my parents' time, there were gold chit schemes that were available. Another way of SIP investments. But the money never came back to you as cash or that you could utilize for any dreams that were to be fulfilled. It only came back as gold. What was it? That was again an act of SIP. In today's scenario, what is SIP? I will urge every one of you to dream. Dream of owning a Ferrari. dream of living in an exotic place, maybe that could be an exotic place for your retirement. It is possible. Yes, it is definitely possible. It is possible for every individual who is ready to dream. Let us break it down. For a simple understanding, I am going to break it down into SIP if one were to begin and run it for a period of 3 years. For a simple calculation, I have taken 5,000 rupees for one to begin the SIP. So we have year 1. You begin with 5,000 rupees into 12 months, which is 60,000 rupees. This is your principal. Now the first question is, how do I derive at returns? A classic question. The inflation that we are living currently is somewhere close to 8%, which is the cost of living or the cost that you pay to run your lifestyle. So definitely you'll have to make a return much more than the inflation number. So let us take 12% as the inflation number, 4% growth over the inflation number, which is 12%. So your 60,000 is into 12% is the money that you derive at the end of the first year. We will look at the numbers as I go to the end of the third year. This is a 3-year dream. Year 2. Again you have the 5,000 rupees that is getting in for a period of 1 year. Your principal is 60,000 rupees, everything being the same. Your principal is at the end of the year into 12%. Yes. Again I go back to year 3, 5,000 into 12 is equal to 60,000. For a calculation, I have 60,000 into 12%. The beauty of SIP in this scenario is your money compounds. What is compounding? You have given 60,000 in the first year at a 12% return. Culminates into the second year, 60,000 at a 12% return. The value that is carried forward to the second year is a compounding effect, because the first year's principal and the returns falls it into the second year. That is a compounding effect, and that falls into the third year. What is the value at the end of the third year? Which is 2,17,988. Isn't that a big value? If I were to pick up an iPhone, which many of the youngsters dream for, and you must dream, just not iPhone 15, iPhone 16, 17, 18, all the series that are going to come from. Only if you dream, you'll be able to create this value. A 2,17,000 rupees, isn't it a money to be heard as a big value? But when you broke it down into 3 years, this is a value that you come up with. This value can be either used for a foreign vacation. You can actually use this money for a bike down payment. A good Royal Enfield bike could definitely cost you around a 2.5 to 2.6 lakhs. Isn't this a value that you can begin with? Instead of dipping into the bank and pay the EMIs, you can save off all the debts that you come up with. Hence, SIP lets you to pre-plan your purchases. You are dreaming of buying a mobile, plan off with your SIPs. You are dreaming of buying a bike, plan off with your SIPs. You are dreaming of going for a foreign vacation, plan off with your SIPs. Never get into rolling into debt from the banks. This is a 3-year scenario. Now let me take you into a 5-year scenario. What is the value that you derived? Now we have seen the miracle at the end of the third year with a 5,000 rupee that you invest monthly, culminated over a period of 3 years, giving you a 2,12,000 plus value at the rate of 12%. Let's see what's the dream that you can accomplish at the end of the 5th year. Now I go to year 4. Same, 5,000 into 12 is equal to 60,000 at the end of the 4th year. So which is 60,000 into 12%. Now the dream year, which is year 5. Again, which is 5,000 monthly into 12 is equal to 60,000 into at the rate of 12%. The magical number is 4,12,688. This is my year 3. This is my year 5. The compounding effect of a 5,000 rupee at the end of the 5th year, 4,12,000 bucks. A good sedan can be picked at a 5 lakh of down payment. Isn't this value getting to begin with you? The dreams starts to fulfill. What if you were to begin another SIP? I do not want to complicate with the calculation, but a simple 5,000 rupee can yield this. If you were to extrapolate that on a 10,000 rupees, look at the higher amount of dreams that you can accomplish. So do not get carried away with too much of complexities when you start thinking. Every time you go through a newspaper ad during the festive time of a product launch, could be a mobile, a car, house furnishings, electronic gadgets, you will see a 0% EMI scheme. Every time you go through the 0% EMI scheme, log into your investment account and see what is the pool of money that I have with me. Maybe this is the pool of money that you do not have to dip into from the bank. It's the money that you pay and free of all debt. And with all peace in mind, your life continues to run joyous year on year. You will have to be responsible for your money, and hence begin with a small act of SIP with a dream to be accomplished. Stay tuned, FinTalk with G.